Sometimes the water is too deep and the waves are too rough. Now, hear how two high schoolers went to a popular swimming spot only to be caught up in saving a drowning man's life. Adler Thomas and Harrison Leap are longtime friends and have known each other since elementary school. Swimming was a regular activity for them, and occasionally they would go to McKee Bridge on the Applegate River just outside of Jacksonville. They were both out on a typical busy summer day on the river, and then the unexpected happened.
Don't really think about it, it just kind of happens. I just remember thinking, like, the only thing I was thinking about was get to this guy as quick as you can.
Some people started screaming upriver, and Adler noticed two men in the river and one who appeared to be drowning. The man flailed his arms in the water, making it difficult for anyone nearby trying to help him.
So this guy starts just throwing his arms in the water and starts getting pulled more to the center of the river.
Adler jumped in, and as friends usually do, he knew Harrison would jump in behind him to cover his back. As Adler approached the man, he disappeared under the water.
I just instantly dove down to the bottom of the river, which is probably like 10 or 12 feet, and just jumped to the bottom. And I got to the bottom and was just trying to look around, and then I looked behind me and he had gone under me, and I see Harrison pulling him up from the bottom of the river.
Harrison handed the lifeless man off to Adler because he was too tired to continue, but Adler felt Harrison would be okay because he was a strong swimmer. He had to leave a friend to save a stranger. Adler did all he could to keep the man and himself afloat, kicked as hard as he could, and kept moving to the shoreline.
It was also surreal hearing his little kids just screaming. I just remember each time I came up for air when I was swimming towards him, I just heard all these little kids screaming, and it was just made me want to swim even faster.
Harrison caught up to Adler and the man, took the other side, and they both kicked for the shore.
And right when we get to the shelf, someone grabs my arm and pulls us all to the shelf, and me and Harrison picked him up and brought him over to the grass and set him down.
They both carried the man to safety just as paramedics arrived to take over. The man vomited several times as he struggled for air and his life.
He was just wheezing for like 5 minutes, like he had just never breathed before in his life. And then he just kind of looked up at me and Harrison and just said, "You guys just saved my life."
Harrison sat with Adler with weary legs and weak lungs. Then came the feeling neither Harrison nor Adler expected to feel.
We didn't really know what to do. We didn't really feel like going and swimming anymore, so we kind of both were just like, we should just head out, I don't feel comfortable here right now.
That experience affected Adler for several weeks.
I was really just really pensive and kind of quiet and thoughtful, because it just was weird seeing this, seeing that this guy was, not even alive, and that he wouldn't have been alive if we weren't there.